Imagine a nation where the federal government has collapsed, replaced by a patchwork of warlord territories, fortified city-states, and desperate survivor enclaves. You are part of a mobile task force trying to reconnect the fractured pieces of America, but the undead hordes are evolving, and the human enemies are becoming more organized and ruthless. Welcome to United States of Z, Book 3, the third gritty, high-octane, and deeply suspenseful installment in Olin Lester's post-apocalyptic thriller series. If you love zombie apocalypse tropes, military tactical realism, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated terror of fighting for survival in a land where the rule of law is a distant memory, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in survival horror, blending the visceral crunch of close-quarters combat with the profound weight of rebuilding civilization from the ashes. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist leading a critical mission into a hostile zone, only to find that the zombie threat has been weaponized by a rival faction. The atmosphere is thick with the smell of decay and gunpowder, the static of encrypted radios, and the creeping dread of knowing that every shadow could hold a predator that doesn't feel pain or fear. Lester excels at capturing the psychological toll of constant vigilance, making every ambush, every supply run, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of the last hope for unity. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular tactical survival trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting zombies, it's about managing limited ammunition, understanding the terrain better than the occupiers, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and numbers. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy tactics, forge uneasy alliances with other survivor groups, and completely shock arrogant warlords with their stubborn refusal to quit is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat to life, making the crack of rifle fire, the shudder of impact, and the frantic chatter of the team feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular action and the survival mechanics, the soul of United States of Z lies in its characters and the heavy burden of leadership. The protagonist isn't just a soldier. They are a deeply human individual struggling with the moral weight of protecting those who depend on them in a world that has forgotten mercy. The emotional anchor of the story is their fierce, unbreakable bond with their team, a found family bound by shared trauma, and the knowledge that they are the only ones who truly understand the value of what they're fighting for. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet conversations by the fire feel just as impactful as the explosive, heart-pounding confrontations with the unknown. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major horde, directed by a human enemy, targets the community's sanctuary, forcing them into a desperate, high-stakes last stand. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming improvisation, and raw, unbridled courage. The protagonist must use every hidden trick, every overloaded trap, and every ounce of their will to hold the line against an unstoppable tide. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, hard-earned victory that proves humanity's greatest weapon isn't its technology, it's its resilience in the face of impossibility. United States of Z, Book 3, is a triumph of the post-apocalyptic thriller genre. It is smart, gritty, and unapologetically intense. Olin Lester has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog holding the line. Plug in your headphones, check your perimeter, and join the crew. The dead are rising, but the living are fighting back.